What's up, Leia? Do you want to know what user onboarding is? That was so creepy. Let's do one more. I sound like a criminal. What's up, Leia? Do you want to know what user onboarding is? Well, good luck getting a straight answer from anyone, because I bet you if you ask 10 people what user onboarding is, you're probably going to get 21 different responses. There's a problem with the term user onboarding. It has varying definitions, even when you ask people in the same company. How are you supposed to create a great user onboarding experience if your team can't even agree on what it means? Spoiler alert, you can't. Hey friends, it's Randomly John from AppKeys. In this video, I'm going to define what user onboarding is and bust some common myths along the way. And if you want to get the latest product adoption and user onboarding tips and tricks, and more Leia photos, then be sure to smash that subscribe button. Let's jump in. Creating a great user onboarding experience is like throwing a massive, awesome neighborhood barbecue party. To be a great party host, you need to hype up the party and set expectations for your guests right from the get-go. You'd want to know a little bit about your guests. Do they have dietary restrictions? Then don't invite them. Jokes. Should they bring a bathing suit because you have a pool? Do people have to chip in to cover costs, or you have the food and the drinks covered already? All of that information will help you create an experience that your guests will absolutely love. On the day of the party, you'll want to channel your inner Lumiere and Cogsworth and welcome your guests to the party. Now, you don't need to sing "Be Our Guest," but you need to be welcoming. You'll want to make sure your guests know where to go for the basics. Point out where the bathrooms, the food, and all the fun are around the party. You'll also want to check in on them from time to time to make sure that they're having fun and enjoying themselves. Finally, when the party is wrapping up, invite them back for the next event or party. In this analogy, user onboarding is a way for strangers to become good friends, perhaps future uninvited house guests that just comes with throwing a good party, and why everyone should get themselves a Leia. Similarly for software, here's what user onboarding is. User onboarding is the process that takes people from on-the-fence evaluators of your product to regular users of your product. This process has three important implications. First, user onboarding starts before a user signs up. Imagine reading through a website thinking it's an online invitation tool for a barbecue party, but then you sign up and realize it's actually an email marketing tool. Now, how disappointed and maybe even frustrated would you be? I know I would be. Now, this may be an extreme example, but if there's a mismatch between what your users think what your product is or your product's positioning versus what they experience after signing up, then good luck successfully onboarding those users. The second implication of this definition is that the end goal of user onboarding is habit formation. Now, some would argue that user onboarding is all about helping users experience the product's aha moment. It's that pivotal moment when a new user first realizes the value of your product and why they need it. I'd argue that this is often not enough. Experiencing a product once does not mean new users will continue using it. Think about the last time you tried to form a new habit. For me, it was writing every day. For the first day, I remember just sipping a cup of coffee in the morning and just staring and struggling in front of the screen. What do I write down? But the words start coming. The next day, it's the same thing. It's the same struggle and the same pain, and like, why am I doing this to myself? But once again, the words came. The more I write, the easier it became, and soon it was a habit to write every morning. The lesson here is that doing something once is not enough to build a habit. The first time you do it, you might decide it's not for you. But if you do a behavior or activity enough times, it becomes easier and comes naturally without much prompting or reminder. Habits are built through repetition. For habit-forming user onboarding experiences, it requires users to experience the product's value more than once. Once new users have used the product enough times, they're more likely to continue to use it going forward. So the end goal of user onboarding is not for people to experience your product's aha moment, but to help them become regular users of your product. This leads to the third and final implication. User onboarding extends throughout the user lifecycle. If you're familiar with the product-led growth flywheel, the user onboarding experience encompasses the customer journey from evaluators to beginners who know how to use each of your product features to regular users who know how your product benefits them. But it doesn't stop there. As they become more proficient with your product, they become champions who love to share your solutions with other people that they know, which brings in even more evaluators. But after the initial onboarding experience for new users, they can and should go through a new cycle of evaluating, experiencing, and adopting additional features, capabilities, or use cases of your product. In some sense, user onboarding never actually ends. It's the party that never stops. Now, just one final warning before we wrap up. User onboarding experience is not the same as a product tour. This is a huge misconception. The best user onboarding experiences involve cohesive, thoughtful messaging across multiple channels and touch points, from sales demos to emails, all the way to product tours and walkthroughs. Hopefully this video has clarified what user onboarding is. If you found this video helpful and valuable, share this with your colleagues, friends, and most importantly, your dog. We've also created a free user onboarding certification course that goes into detail on how to create an onboarding experience that turns more of your users into paying customers. We've got the link below in the description. Go check it out. Don't forget to subscribe to get the latest tips and tricks to improve your product's user onboarding and product adoption. Also, check out our other video on how to find your product's aha moment. Well, that's it for now. This is Ramley John from AppQs. See you in the next video.